What's going on, guys? Greg here. I got another saber for you today. This is a Saberforge Consular. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm back in my house for Christmas break, and right now I got a new desk and the light's not working, so I have to use my room light. Yeah. So anyway, so like I said, this is a Saberforge Consular. This was sent to me via semi of a trade where I traded work for a saber, and so that's what I got right here. This was modified by the customer. It has some sort of inlay in the grips, which I don't think you can get from Saberforge. I believe that is custom done. It has a gold cover tech, and it has a, laid out of the way, it has a small blade retention screw, which I actually really like. I'm not sure exactly where the customer got that, but it's probably just at like a local hardware store or something like that. Yeah, so anyway, so internally we did a NBv4, this blade's getting in the way, an NBv4 V4, a external recharge port, a silver momentary switch, and then a PC Amber white Tri-Cree LED, where I hadn't used PC Amber before, but I was talking to the customer, and they were explaining, I forget exactly what they were, but there were a couple unique things about it, which was pretty cool. The PC Amber versus just regular Amber. And what's nice about it is that you would think reds, yellows usually are a 2.4 to 2.8 forward voltage, but for this one, it's actually 3.3, so you don't need any resistors, which is really nice. A Goth 3D Designs 3D printed chassis, which actually had to be modified a little bit, which I'll show you in a few, where the part where the power extender comes on had to be cut down, and then an 18500 battery, I believe. It was a smaller battery because of when you get to about here in the saber, the inner diameter cuts down for some reason, and that makes it harder so the chassis can't slide all the way in, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but, you know, oh well. And so I talked to the customer, I said we have to use a smaller battery, unless you don't want to use a chassis, which, I said if you're not planning on taking this out for long troops or anything like that, then you're not going to have an issue. And the customer said that was fine, so we ordered the battery, and modify the chassis and put everything together. So internally, let's just quickly see the internals. Oh, and a 2-watt bass speaker. Okay, so for the customer, let me get this out of the way. Chassis in there, and just a couple shakes, and it'll slide out. So when you take it out, you want SD card lined up with the switches, so board should be all even with that when you put it in and out. It can twist some, it's not going to hurt it, but that's how I installed it, so that's how it should generally try to stay. Then you pull this over here, you got that there, and so there's your wires. Then I have them zip tied here and here to take some of the pressure off the wires. There's your full install, or sorry, all your connections. There's your battery, and then, yeah, you can't see the thing. So then what I did, and I've done this before in a couple Saberforge sabers, is I have it where the internal, these threaded rods will actually move. So you can open this up, and you have some slack in the wire. You don't want to pull it tight, but you have some slack in the wire, and what that does, it allows SD card access right there. The SD card is a little bit tight. You just need a pair of needle nose pliers, pop it out, and just pull it out the right way. It's not that hard to do. It would just take a little bit of practice, and I know that the owner has owned plenty of sabers before, so it shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, so you can slide this out, and there's nothing stopping it from sliding, so again, don't pull too much or else you're going to pull on the speaker wires and then break them. They do have some liquid rubber holding them in, so you can have a little bit of tension on them, but like I said, try not to, because that's plenty of room to get the SD card out right there. And then you can slide this back together, and like I said, you want to line up with the kill key here, and when you slide it back in, you should be able to put it right to the end, and there shouldn't be any pressure. Most of the wires are folded the right way to make them fit well, and then use your pommel to push in the rest of the way and start to screw it on. If it's not screwing in, if it's tight screwing it in, because right now it's just normal for me. If it's tight at all, take it out, pull it out, put it back in. It means wire's caught or something like that, and you don't want to break a wire, because then you have to send it back to me, and we don't want to do that. So like I said, just take it, twist it on. Shouldn't be too hard. And you're good to go. I just have a regular blade plug that I had in there. And then the kill key, this isn't your kill key. I need to grab some more from Darth Rio. I don't have any extras right now, which I thought I did. So I'm going to actually give you a different one of mine. It's going to be huge. It's going to be this. But it's a TCSS one. And it's all I have right now. And so, yeah. But anyways. The customer didn't want any new fonts on here. He can do that all himself, he said. So he said, don't worry about it. And so this is just light meat, gray meat, dark meat. So normal operation, just power on. I don't know if the customers had a NBv4 before, so if you want to change fonts, you can either go mute mode or change fonts. So you press and hold the button, one beep is mute, second beep is a new sound bank. So this is going to be mute mode. Let go, have mute, normal clashes, all that good stuff, and then power off. And then you press and hold, keep holding. New sound font. And then one more time for dark meat. And then we get blade plug in out of there. Blade plug slides out. And then, again, like I've been using as mini blades, which come in handy. Thank you, Cal from Caro Sabers. And there we go. So it's actually extremely bright, as you can tell, because it looks huge on the camera. And that is just about it. So I'm going to just go back to, there we go. And we put the kill key back in. I should put this one in for you. One thing is that if you use 3D printed kill keys like this, depending on the kill key, you don't want to push it in too much, because I've learned that with these recharge ports, that they're not necessarily designed to have something pushed in all the way, and that they're a lot easier to break. That's just the design of the port. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But don't force the kill key in. You know, as soon as it goes in just a little bit, it cuts power. And it's okay if you put it in some, but I mean, try not to like just jam it in there, because you could break it. And again, I'll fix it for free. But these recharge ports are known to fail. They're kind of a pain in the butt. So try to be gentle with it if you can. But aside from that, that's it. Like I said, it was a very easy install. It was pretty straightforward. And like I said, so thank you again, and I'll talk to you guys later.